What's up? Welcome to the channel. This is the Casket, home to the lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, where you could, all one word, the Violent Casket, where you subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much more, and do me a massive favor and tune in to everything. This is gonna be a video where I'm gonna go over, for the year of 2025, I'm gonna go over my TBR, my to be read list as of right now, as of January 2025, of all the books that I have in mind, that I'm looking at, that are in my head as ideas to read, that some that I need to read, some that I want to read, some that I have been reading. The only stuff that won't be on this list in this video is all of Brandon Sanderson, because that is the ongoing goal right now. I'm currently reading, as of January, Elantris. But after it launches, I think I'm going to take a break from Brandon Sanderson. My goal is to try to finish this in less than a month. My goal is to finish 15 books this year. I did 10 last year, and I feel like I could have done more. I want to get through Elantris, but I have some series that I have to finish, right? So if you tuned into my last video, which was everything that I read in 2024, you know that I haven't finished the two duologies from the Grishaverse. So this is Crooked Kingdom, and Rule of Wolves. I really like the first book in this duology, and I really loved the first book of this duology. So these are books that I really want to read. They were a little bit big. I didn't know how much time. I'm reading Brandon Sanderson with my friend Rob. You can check out his band, Detachment. Search him, Detachment Band, on YouTube. They'll come up if you're into like metalcore, post-hardcore. So we read the Mistborn trilogy together. And he's taking a break to do something, to read like a whole other series. So I really wanted to read something quickly, but none of the stuff that I had at the time was stuff that I could read that was like under 500 pages. I wanted something that was quick. I didn't have anything that was paperback. I read these books on the train. I work in the city, in New York City, and I take the train there, and I like to have a paperback so that I could shove it in my lunchbox, no problem, and I can read. Hardcovers are a little hard and prevent me from reading as much as I want, right? And it's just annoying. So those are on my list. Those are towards the top of my list. Following that, that's Lee Bardugo. We're going to also talk about The Familiar. Really love this book. Sprayed edges, hardcover. I don't think it's that long. It's like like 300 pages. Really, really want to read this. I heard it's really good. I wish I might acquire the paperback. I don't know, but I really want to read this very badly. Following that, like, very closely. So now we're going to move on into the Holly Black realm, right? We have Book of Night. They announced there's a sequel for this, Night of Thieves or something, Thief of Night. I don't know. Really want to check this out. Really want to read this. Again, it's hardcover. It's not that long. It was close to being the book I read this January, but it wasn't. But I might acquire the paperback because I really want to read this, and I don't know if this is going to work with my whole reading situation, but I really, really want to read this book. It looks sick. As well as one I probably should have, but I forgot I had it, is The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. Holly Black, this is a paperback. I really do want to check this out. And then finally with Holly Black is The Prisoner's Throne. Love it. I have the matching Barnes & Noble editions for this and the first book. I really need to check this out. Really need to read this. I've been putting it off. Again, it was a hardcover. I've read the first one on the train. It wasn't that bad. So eventually I will force myself to do this. All right. So that is all the standard stuff that's normal for me, right? This is a book I picked up off of a whim. Maze Cutter. It is in the world of Maze Runner, but it's like super. I tried to start it and then got distracted. Where is... No, there's a... Shouldn't there be an about the book? Oh, here it is. It says on the freaking top. It's 73 years after the Maze Runner. Really want to read this, but I think I need to read the whole Maze Runner series before I start this. Like, I probably read Maze Runner in high school, but I don't even remember. And I love the movies. You can check out my movie review. I did a rewind review on it. I really want to check this out. But this is like an eventual, like, it's on my list, but it's like a placeholder for a much bigger journey. Okay, now we're gonna do some stuff that are on, right? All right, we're gonna do a book that's on my wife's shelf that I've been looking at for months now, and I want to eventually read. So it's gonna be on my list just to hold myself, and maybe I'll read this. This is Realm Breaker. I know there's more in this series, but I really want to check this out. Looks really cool already. Like, the internal art looks sick. Really want to check this out. I know there's like a sequel or two. Really excited. This looks sick. I see a ton of people talking about this. I see it all over the place. So eventually this will be on that list. Couple books that I've tried to read and then just couldn't get through, like, very early on, and just gave up and moved on to something else that I'm going to put on this list as a way to try to hold myself accountable of something I need to go back and give it, a solid try. First on that list is going to be The Novice. This is the first book in the Summoner series. Really want to check this out. It was okay, but it was slow. And I think the chapters were a little long, and that's like a big turnoff for me. No, they don't seem that long at all. I don't know why I couldn't get through this book. Like, I got like 2.5 chapters through, and I was just like, I just didn't have the motivation. And that might have just been a me at the time. Well, hopefully I can get back in this and get through this whole series, but this is a placeholder for now. Now, same category, but now the last 3 books on this list are all Stephen King. 2 of which I've tried to read, and then got distracted. Like, back when I was using stickers as bookmarks, that's why it's funny. Like, oh, this is an actual bookmark. Where's this even from? I don't even know what this is from. I don't even know where this bookmark's from. But it's a bookmark. It's actual bookmark, not a sticker. I was really enjoying this, but it was slow. It was a little slow, and the fact that it was a hardcover and it was so big, it did not fit in my lunchbox at all. Slowed me down, so I didn't. But I know it's available in paperback now, and I'm eventually going to try to get it. I will probably, you're going to be like, oh, why would you buy 2 versions of a book? If I buy 2 versions of any of these books, I'm going to most likely go to like a tiny library somewhere and just drop them off. If there's something in there, I'll grab it, but I'm probably just going to buy the paperback and then give these in the tiny library. So that's on the book. It's cool concept. I really want to get through it. It's just, I just tried and didn't, and it happens. The next is something that happened a while ago, way before I got into a good flow of reading. So the last 2 books that I tried were they just didn't hit the itch that I was currently in the mood for. So I was reading like a bunch of stuff. Like, obviously, if you watched the last video, I've been reading last year and a half. I did a lot of Holly Black and a lot of Lee Bardugo. So that was kind of like my realm. And I tried to get in these other books, and it didn't fit cookie cutter nice. So it just put me off, and then I just put the books down. This was a while ago. My excuse I'm going to give myself is that I was just inexperienced as a reader. I was trying to get back into books, and it didn't click. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the interest. I definitely wasn't doing was I working in the city yet? I don't think I was even working in the city yet. See, like, I wasn't even using a bookmark. I was just using the flange. So I'm only like 50 pages in. But this is If It Bleeds by Stephen King, and the whole intro, like where I got to, was weird. It was not what I thought. It was very strange. It was an interesting start to the story, and it was kind of slow. Do I plan to read it? Yes. How many pages is this? 500 probably? Under 5. What is rat? What is going on here? If it bleeds. See, I'm discovering stuff with you. We're doing this together, guys. So, this actually might be less. Very confused here. Might only be 340 pages. I don't know what rat is. I'm gonna have to look into that. But if anything, it's not as long as I thought it is. And I attempted this before I was really into the aspect of reading I am now. So eventually, I think I'm gonna try to take this on again. I think I might go on a Stephen King binge, probably towards the end of the year. That's kind of like my goal, as well as The Institute. This is a book I've never tried, and I really, really want to read. I think the premise is so unique and so interesting, and I just really want to check this out. Paperback, not that bad of a size compared to what I've been reading. Really want to check this out. I really want to read this, so this is definitely on my list. There's a lot of stuff, obviously. All this stuff is in between or on the back burner between all the Brandon Sanderson, because that's my goal right now, is to read as much of that as possible. And I know as soon as I get in the way of Kings and the whole Stormlight archives, it's just going to be a nightmare. So when I get overstimulated and frustrated with those, these are going to be like my filler, still read, keep myself in check. But that's my goal for now. And yeah, I'm not going to do a whole, it's a lot to try to do a thumbnail style, maybe just the hardcovers, maybe. Some paperbacks on top. You know, a little bit of everything, I feel like. This is like a lot of different stuff. Oh, I could maybe do a... Oh, that almost went south real fast. Oh, that works. Hey, thumbnail. Thumbnail. Whoo. So that's everything that I'm hoping to try to fit. Hey, I got an armrest. Fit into my my TBR for the year of 2025, not including all the Brandon Sanderson stuff, from Stormlight to the standalones to the short stories. That is my plan for this year. That is my primary plan. And this is a video just for myself, really, to hold myself accountable. Is these are books I got to try to fit in. These are books that if I'm going to take a break, I need to get something off this list. I want this list in 2026, when I make the same video, I want this list to have at least half of these books gone, right? And maybe be filled with more books. But some of these need to be gone. Some of these need to get eliminated off the list. Thank you guys so much. Get involved in the comments. Let's talk. What books do you want to read this year that you're going to make yourself read? What books are you excited are coming out? What books should I add to my TBR? And remember, guys, this is the Vinyl Casket, home of the latest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more, and do me a massive favor and stay lame.